Hey guys, I fucked up. This is the stock plugins tutorial. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting any longer, so I just uploaded the video as is. The audio has slight issues, and the compression of the video might be a bit too much, but that's because my recording software was wonky. So yeah, bear with me, but I hope you guys enjoy. Well, friends, I'm back with the long-promised but not delivered Witch House stock plugin tutorial. So we're just going to jump straight into it. I started with 3 aux. First of all of these plugins will be available with FL Studio. They should be under generators, and then under Synth Classic or Synth Special, depending on what you're using. I started with 3 aux, which is just a normal synth. This is actually one of the first tricks that I learned on FL Studio back in like 2016. If you set it all to saw waves, detune one of them down to the middle 3rd bar, and then up the opposite direction, you get a respace. It's a super meaty respace too. I don't think I turned the effects off. All right. So this is what our bass line is. It's very simple. I'm going to play it real quick. So that was without effects. The effects are what make it, as always, with my music, and most music. Here's the bass with the effects. The effects that I put on were some overdrive, but I cut it a lot because otherwise it's too strong. Flanges, because you know, I gotta use flanges. Stereo shaper to beef it up a little bit. And soft clipper to, I don't remember why I used soft clipper. I think I used it to turn it up, actually, because sometimes I'll do that with my soft clipper. Next is our main lead, which I made from GMS. It's just the classic detune. I believe it's actually a bass, isn't it? No, it's under lead. Yeah, it's under leads. It's lead number 10, classic detune TE. I didn't mess with any of the effects on here because you don't really need it. So it's just not major chords, seventh chords for the most part, except the bottom note on these 2 are long. I'm not great at music theory. I just know what sounds good. So here's how it sounds dry. This is not a very complicated beat. I mostly threw this together just so I could give you guys an idea of how to make it with stock plugins. So it just repeats itself. But that's what our main lead sounded like dry. I cut the lows. I added reverb. I've stopped using convolver in recent beats. I've switched back to using reverb too. I don't know why. It just sounds better for me. And then flanges, of course. So here's what this sounds like with our effects. Next is our second lead, our counter melody. This is just an ARP. It's using Poison. Poison was all I would use when I was first starting off because it's just a very versatile synth. I would use Poison and Morphine, which is the next one. I tried to get a variety of all of the synths that you can use. You can really use any synth as long as you know what effects to put on it and stuff. Which is for Witch House, that's typically going to be delays, flanges, some reverb. Anyways, here's what our ARP sounds like dry. It's got almost an 80s vibe to it, like a new wave vibe. It has the exact same effect chain as our GMS, our primary lead. So here's what it sounds like with effects. finally, for our melodies, I have Digital Hits, which is a preset in Morphine. Again, I didn't mess with any of this. Here's what it sounds like dry. I cut the lows. I actually cut a lot of the lows, most of the mids too. I put on Convolver. I put on a delay bank, but I put it to about 60% because I didn't want it to be too overpowering. And then, of course, I put on Flanges. And I turned it down quite a bit because it was a little loud. Here's what it sounds like with the effects. Alright, at this point you guys know the deal for Witch House drums, but I'm going to run through them anyway. I have my, my hi-hat patterns. Again, it's very simple just because I wanted to demonstrate how you can use stock plugins to make Witch House sounds. So we're not going to spend very long on the drums at all. All of them have reverb except for the kicks. I put in a alternate hi-hat pattern for more energetic parts of the song. I put in an open hat because open hats are nice and I like to have them to fill up some space. Especially on tracks that don't have a lot of percussion like this one. Really simple snare pattern. I think those might technically be claps, but whatever. And kicks. I prearranged the song for us, so we don't have to spend too much time doing that. It's a little 8-bar intro, 16-bar verse, even though there's not really vocals, a little bridge period, and then the second verse, and then the outro. Song comes out to be about 1:40. I'm in 110 BPM, and I am, let's see if I can tell what scale I'm in off the top of my head. I am in A minor, I believe. All right. I'm going to play it out. This is a really quick video. Thank you guys for waiting so long for this. If I didn't go in depth enough, or if you want to see me use other plugins, just let me know and I'll use them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your days.